So JD Vance was on Fox News with Maria Bartiromo, and they were talking about the Ukraine war. Now, Donald Trump is meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday in Alaska. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky currently is not invited, but they're going to be talking about this peace deal that Donald Trump wants to broker. Now, Russia, for its part, wants control of a bunch of Ukrainian land, and Ukraine is saying that's not going to happen. Well, JD Vance was coming out saying, well, we're not going to keep funding the Ukraine war, except that the funding for the Ukraine war has constantly been pushed with bipartisan support, at least up until Joe Biden was out of office. But JD Vance says, we're not going to fund it. We're done funding it. But if they want to come in and Europe wants to fund it and buy weapons from us, that's a different story. If they want to buy it from American manufacturers, we're okay with that. JD Vance doesn't understand that when we send aid and weapons to Ukraine to help, they are typically either A, bought from American factories, new, so it is helping pump money through the economy, keeping people working, etc., or B, it is stuff that is close to outdating for our own military that we are getting rid of, and we are replacing with new materials also bought from American manufacturers, again, making people work. Now, JD Vance doesn't want to send any more money over there, but we'll see what Donald Trump comes out and says after this meeting with Vladimir Putin. Donald Trump has gone back and forth about sending money and aid to Ukraine. Every time Putin pisses off Trump, Trump's like, yeah, we're going to send him money. So JD Vance coming out saying, well, we're done with it, we're not doing it, doesn't really mean anything when you have Donald Trump, who's a wild card, who could do anything he really wants. He could send aid tomorrow and decide in a week that, well, that was the last time. And then 3 weeks later, want to send more. Donald Trump is such a wild card. It's hard to guess where his opinion's going to be. But he wants this ceasefire. He wants a peace deal in Ukraine, in part because he wants the Nobel Peace Prize. And it would be a big win for him. He needs wins because nothing he's doing is working anywhere around. Remember, Donald Trump said during the campaign that he could end the Ukraine war in 24 hours but after being elected, even before taking office. Here we are, like 200 days into the Trump administration, and it is still going on with no real end in sight because the terms that Russia wants are not agreeable to Ukraine. So we'll see what the meeting Friday brings. We'll see if JD Vance ends up looking even stupider because Donald Trump says something completely against what JD Vance just said. But that's what Vance said this morning.